All right. This is going to be an interesting one, folks. Let me tell you. We've got kind of a different one going on, both in content and format this time around. It's just me and Humongous Profundus Logan over here.
Hello.
And we're going to be going through a little side quest here. You wanna tell the people how you see this going there Logan?
Honestly, I'm more interested in how you see this going because I know how it's gonna go.
Well, first and foremost, poorly. But the idea here is that, as you can see on the screen, we have a character sheet pulled up for D&D in a campaign that I am participating in. My DM recently told me you should probably have a backup because this is a level 20 campaign, and he started pulling his punches. Can't blame him, having DMs on myself. So I've prepared a backup character here, and I'm going to walk Logan through it, and he's going to dunk on it just relentlessly. I imagine, because he's far more adept at character creation in general than I am. But this is what I came up with. So I imagine that just based on this screen right here, you have plenty of takes to get us going. What do you have to say about the fact that I have chosen human for my race?
Okay, first of all, there's only one reason to ever choose human, and it's to choose variant human, so you can take the additional, free feat, and you haven't done that. So, why don't you tell me why you've chosen the normal human as your race?
Sure. Let me go back to where you would actually choose human on here. Let's see. All right. So under human, you got where are we at? What am I doing? All right, human. Oh, you know what the real problem here was?
You weren't in the thing.
Yes, I was not in the campaign, so I didn't have content sharing. So that one, at least, I was going to go human. I will say that when I read it originally,
there's actually some really interesting things that you can do with the Eberron races, and because they will each give you free casts of certain spells and add spells to your spell list, so it can give you some added flexibility with your spell casting that you may or may not want. I like them a lot. In Project Flamingo, these types of things are going to be moved to feats rather than being part of the races. Project Flamingo is a Gamers with Day Jobs 5e production. Stay tuned. So that's maybe something to consider. Regardless, you're not getting much from the normal-ass human. Oh, something I was going to mention for you and anyone else who may watch this, who's also in this campaign. In 2 weeks, what's it called? The new source book is being released, Monsters of the Multiverse, which will include 28 updated races. And I think maybe if you wanted to hold off on choosing a race until then, it would be okay, but also you kind of need it before then.
Yeah,
so,
I will need it before that.
Or
unfortunately,
you could at least look, because the information's out there. You could look at that and then discuss with the DM. Hey, I'm gonna do this. I guess you wouldn't need it because the book would come out before the debut session for that character. I feel like.
I don't know. It depends on how this upcoming Saturday goes, really. But here's what I would say. I chose human specifically for really just story reasons, the way that I had set it up. I don't know if Marcus has talked to you any about it, but this is just kind of a continuation of my Order of Jordan thing. I don't know if you noticed my character's name, but kind of a dead giveaway there.
I have not looked at the name and probably never would have.
Yep.
Coach. Okay, great.
Yep. So that's what we're doing here. The variant human. That is something that I absolutely should.
Let's talk about what the Order of Jordan is exactly.
So the Order of Jordan, for those who don't know, is the church that I have built for my current character in the campaign, who is a paladin. He has joined the Order of Jordan. He was born in the magical land of Illini, and his deity is Michael Jordan. You know, and I've built out some lore surrounding that. I'm having a lot of fun with it, which is how old Kukoch is going to enter here. I should go variant human, I feel like, but that was the main thing, honestly, is like just one, the limitations of not having content sharing enabled at that point.
Yes.
And two, the way that like basic variant human was explained right there. I feel like that was one of those things where I was like, I should look into that, and then I got sidetracked into items and spells and such, and then just forgot about it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not a change that has to happen now. Just keep that in mind, that you should explore the other human races or human variants, whether it be just the normal variant human or like just a human going through the custom lineage thing instead, so you can add dark vision instead of a proficiency. That could be something interesting that you could min-max a little bit there. Okay.
And as we move on, you will see here that min-maxing is not really like, I don't know, something in me just like, and I don't know how to properly min-max everything. So I generally go for a more even distribution of stats. I try, like, I know what obviously your spellcasting stat is, and etc. But let's kind of get into that right here. We have the ability points and everything pulled up here. I've chosen Warlock. Had the Fiend, but again, that's kind of a placeholder because that was before we had content sharing enabled on this one. I have talked to Marcus already about kind of coming up with a custom patron, again, having to do with the Order of Jordan. I feel like I'm going to go with like Jerry Krause. I've been watching The Last Dance a lot lately, and I had worked him into Mara's backstory, so I feel like I'm going to figure out how to work him in some way on this anyway. But we got a Warlock here. Let's just start popping open some of these menus, and you can tell me whether or not you think I have chosen poorly.
You don't need to be popping open all that.
You tell me what you're interested in here. What do you see?
Okay. I want you to actually go to your ability scores.
Okay.
And let's have a. Okay, did you roll this?
Yes, I did.
You just, my God, every time.
Yep. And this is better than last time.
You did 3d6 and a d8?
See, I'd been told do 4d6 and drop 1.
I thought... I'm pretty sure...
Drop the lowest.
I'm pretty sure that when Olivia was working on hers, she did... Marcus told her to do 3d6 and a d8, drop the lowest.
Maybe I don't know. I was looking back through the server, honestly, for our D&D game, and I was looking through like pin posts, things like that. I couldn't find it specifically, and I saw that standard was 4d6 drop the lowest. So that's what I went with. That may be another discussion here.
Hey, all right. You know what? Just do it.
You want me to just roll it live?
Yeah, I want
Here
you
on
to.
pod?
I want you to roll it live, and let's see what.
All right. Need. You know what? Actually, let me just do.
Just type in roll dice, or probably just dice.
See, that's. Well, here we go. Let me see if I can just roll a die. All right. So, can I get multiple, 2 or more? What are we rolling?
What
Dice.
search engine are you using?
I believe that I am using DuckDuckGo.
Why?
Oh, that's a whole other conversation that we don't need to get derailed on here. The short answer is privacy reasons. I'm one of those crazy people who does not just believe in giving all of my personal data to Google or whoever at any given moment, and take some steps to try and prevent it from being readily available.
Well,
So we're doing 3d6 and 1d8 though, right?
yep.
All right. So, we got. I don't know. We're recording this here.
All right.
That's all we need.
That's a 16. That's an 18.
16, 18, 11, 14, 13, 11. That's 6. Are you keeping track of that?
No, I was not, because
I'm hitting
my
the button
stream
here, man.
disappeared. My stream disappeared. I'm sorry. And I still don't see it. Jesus fucking Christ.
See if I can pull up a notepad.
It was a 16, 18, 11, 11, 13, 14.
And there's an 11 right here.
Yeah, I said 2 11s.
I don't know, just like the
I said it out of order, but I remember there being 2 11s.
So that's 4.
No, you've done 6. It was 16, 18, 11, 13, 14, 11.
Okay.
Or something. I don't know. If we're wrong, we're wrong. I'm very professional here. But that's what we're going with, because that's what I remember.
That's vaguely right. We got the film. We'll run it back. Don't worry, Marcus. Anywho, so come back over here. Reassigning some. I mean, I dump the 18 into charisma? I assume.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me why you're being a warlock. First of all. Automatically, backstory, why is this character a warlock of the Church of Jordan? Because what sense does that make? Explain it to me.
Well, I haven't I don't want to get too deep into the lore, because that is still in progress right now. Basically, the main reason I went with Warlock here is I looked at a few different classes, what they would offer me, and this is the one that I was most interested in playing, honestly. For there are several very interesting abilities, such as Hurl Through Hell here.
There is. Counterpoint. That's fine. But do you need all 20 levels in Warlock?
I don't know necessarily that I do. What was it at 20th that I got at 20th here? I thought that was an interesting level 20 ability. You spend 1 minute entreating your patron prey to regain all your expended spell slots from packed magic. I would still get. I guess I could do what would you suggest as a pairing with this?
I don't know. I was going to ask, what are you trying to do combat wise with the character? How do
With,
you
I
want
guess,
it to play?
what I would say is the way that I would I'd like to be a little bit more of a caster in this party. There, like, all of the really cool stuff that has happened so far, I feel like has been based around the casters in the party, primarily V, which is kind of surprising a little bit. But he is out there just doing game changing stuff on a regular basis.
That's what
in this
happens when
campaign.
you play a level 20 wizard.
Yeah. I mean, dropping just wishes and meteor showers and all sorts of stuff.
Not level spells.
So yeah, I would like to do a little bit more magic, a little bit more range stuff. I was a little bit more on the melee side. I had some casting with Mar, but I feel like I kind of went half and half a little bit. I don't know. So that's my general thing. Is I play a little bit more frontline melee with my first character, and I kind of like to go a little bit the opposite direction on this one.
Well, first things first, Warlocks have 4 spell slots. Are you aware that they have 4 spell slots?
And this was the thing I was going to ask. So I'm going to move over to my actual spell slots here. So,
you get 1 casting of those higher level spells, and then anything your things give you at will, and then everything else will be cast at 5th level, and you have 4 slots per short rest.
So like I saw, I've got a significant cantrip list. I've got, up to the 2nd level, several at will spells. And then I did notice the 4 slots for, it looks like they're 5th level slots, I guess. I was not entirely sure how the 6th level and above counted, but I guess that answers that. It's just 1 each.
Once per long rest, I believe.
But also, I really liked. I was really interested in, say this right here, power word kill. in addition with hurl through hell, that was those kind of abilities were what really interested me and what led to me choosing Warlock for this character.
Okay. That's fair. Just letting you know that Warlocks are basically characters, especially caster Warlocks, are basically just going to spam Eldritch Blast and then use a few big spells that you don't have much flexibility with because you can't change them. I
know I'd be, it's a Warlock. I know I'm going to be on Eldritch Blast, but I also have Firebolt and,
but why, tell me why a Warlock would ever use Firebolt over Eldritch Blast?
The bigger number right there?
No, it's not a bigger number.
Okay, so we're just talking about the 4 beams at 17th level. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it's...
But if you could spam 40, 10 plus 5, is it
exactly
40, 10 plus... It's 1d10 plus 5 for each beam, right?
Yes.
So, if you can spam that anyway, what else do you need, really?
That's what I'm saying. There is no use for Firebolt.
That's probably fair. This is why you're here. I suppose the same would be true for Frostbite.
Frostbite has more utility.
Disadvantage. That was why I chose it first.
It's a save-based one and not an attack roll. It's just that Eldritch Blast is Firebolt, but better, especially because Warlock, right?
Right.
I mean, no one else has Eldritch Blast, but that's not the point. You can use... That's a slot that you can use towards another cantrip. The other choices are fine.
Let's not get too deep into the spells just yet. I feel like we got a little bit sidetracked there. Let's work through the screens. All right, so we need to reassign these abilities that we just rolled right here.
No, it's important for us to be sure that you're sticking with 20 levels of Warlock. And
that is true. Let's go back to classics.
Okay, so you want to do cool things like what does Hurl Through Hell do?
Hurl Through Hell is crazy. So I'm just gonna read the whole thing. Starting at 14th level, when you hit a creature with an attack, you can use this feature instantly transport the target through the lower planes. The creature disappears and hurtles through a nightmare landscape. At the end of your next turn, the target returns to the space previously occupied or the nearest unoccupied space. If the target is not a fiend, it takes 10d10 psychic damage as it reels from the horrific experience. You can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest, but there is no save. Nothing happens. You hit with a melee, you choose to make it happen, and it happens. That's broken for a 14th level ability.
Well, you have to hit with the attack, but you're gonna hit with the attack.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't even specify. I said melee, but it doesn't even specify that.
No, it's just attacks. So yeah, Eldritch Blast is an attack.
The Mystic Arcanum at 9th level. That's where I got the Power Word Kill from.
I don't like Power Word Kill in general as a spell. I think there are better. What are the other options they have at 9th?
Let's take a look. We got Astral Protection, Blade of Disaster, Foresight, Imprisonment, Psychic Scream, and True Polymorph. I knew that True Polymorph would be interesting. But
I think True Polymorph has the highest potential for game-changing play.
Yeah, if that's my stated object, I guess that's your game breaker kind of.
And if you're sticking with the you basically have to be something that could be associated with the Church of Jordan, right? So something religious, warlock, or like cleric, perhaps you could do, but there's. See, I looked at cleric too because I wanted to keep really the main thing is I wanted to keep the Order of Jordan, and felt like I kind of needed to keep one of the religious classes as a result, and that kind of limited me in what I have to choose from, really. And Warlock was what seemed like the most fun of those options. That's really how we got here. That's fair. What did you not like about the cleric?
So let's do that and add cleric on here and take a look at what that can do. So cleric, you know what, actually let's just
go it's easy to just bring it back.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess I don't know, the main thing is I feel like that's a much shorter list comparatively. There may be, I'm sure that additional, again, content sharing may have been part of the problem here, but I felt like, first of all, that's a significantly shorter list of options you get to make.
Pick a divine domain, any of them.
Okay. Sure, whatever.
So that added all of that ability, but anytime you choose a full caster, you going up in the level of spell you're capable of casting counts as a new feature. So the full casters have a much shorter list of shit than the other ones. Like, you ever look at a fighter's thing, they get an ASI every 2 levels. It's crazy.
Yeah, I guess in my opinion, I was comparing caster to caster there, though. I felt like, but it certainly, I feel like it may be one of those things where kind of like, on the Paladin, where I needed to choose what oath I was going to take before you can really figure out, or, Warlock, you have to choose a patron.
Yeah. Warlock certainly has the most customization of any class, because there's really 2 different subclass branches in there, plus the invocations, but the trade-off there is it's not as powerful of a caster. And since you're already at, these, you're starting this character at level 20, so you can kind of do whatever nonsense, broken, ridiculous build you want without having to go through the awkward leveling process of a ridiculous build. And it's interesting because you're taking the Warlock, which is Eldritch Blast plus utility cantrips, 4 5th level spells, and then a single use 6, 7, 8, and 9, versus like a full caster, like 20 levels of a cleric or a wizard or something. You could prepare mostly 7th, 8th, and 9th level spells to give you a lot of flexibility there, and you'd still of course only have the 1 9th and 8th level slots, but you'd have 2 7ths, 6 and 3 5ths, I believe, not 4. Warlocks get 4 5ths, but there are pros to being a Warlock. So it's
I don't know. I guess like a part of my problem as well was like, I think I was just like, it's the same problem I had when I was initially looking at the spell list for the Warlock. I think, just the way that it's set up is a little bit weird in my opinion, because like you have instantly prepared spells and then like ritual spells, and you might look at this and think that's the spell list, but obviously, there's a lot
okay
down here.
Okay, so let me learn you something here, Clark. The cleric is what's known as a prepared caster. Clerics are prepared casters, druids are prepared casters, wizards are kind of prepared casters. Clerics
aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. Clerics
I've been doing some of that.
Know their entire spell book automatically upon leveling up. Any spell they could learn, they automatically know it, and after each long rest, you pick which spells are prepared for that day, so you can change them around from all of those spells based on the situation you're heading into. Druids are the same way. Wizards have to learn the spells by putting them in their spell books, and then they can prepare from that list once a day. They don't automatically learn. But then you have bards, warlocks, sorcerers. They learn one spell upon level up and can change one previous spell upon level up. There's no preparation there. The spells you pick are the spells you have. So if you're wanting game-changing, like spell casting to be your thing, you can certainly do it with the Warlock. You're gonna have less flexibility there. So you'll have to be really confident in how you want to play the character all the time. But also, all of these classes have very different spell lists. And if you look at the 7th, 8th, 9th level cleric spells and aren't particularly interested in them, then of course there's no reason to play that character. Same for any other time you're trying to decide which caster class is it that's right for this character. But
I was about to say, while we had well, we don't have the Warlock up anymore. Never mind. Man, I should have presented that and just said, all right, so let's go ahead and assign this real quick and take a look at what that could be, so we at least have that in mind before we start taking it apart.
I mean, we can still do that.
Yeah. All right. We're already on Cleric, though. All right. I guess.
I mean,
again, part of my concern for Cleric would be that I feel like Cleric is just in general more of a support role. Am I just wrong in that?
It absolutely. I would say you're wrong. Yeah. It absolutely can be played without any support elements at all. A cleric subclass that might be interesting for this situation is the Arcana Cleric. Normally you don't want to level an Arcana Cleric ever, because just it's not good. Their progression is terrible. The early game's bad. Early levels are bad, but at 17th level, which you will already be beyond that, you can choose a wizard spell from 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th level and add them to your list of domain spells.
That is very interesting.
And they count as cleric spells for you. So you could play a cleric that knows Wish, and with Wish, you can cast any other spell in the game.
That's a solid hack. Okay, so we got Arcana Domain selected here.
I think the Arcana Cleric is super interesting, and there's just not a lot of opportunities to play it in today's 5e, but a level 20 campaign is a situation in which I think you're safe to do so, and this could be cool.
Well, let's see. Of the options here, my instinct, I'm familiar with Toll the Dead a bit.
I
creature,
think when you can, Mind Sliver is a must-take cantrip.
Okay, Mind Sliver. I am not personally familiar. Let's see. Drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature within range, intelligence save, or 1d6 psychic damage, and subtract 1d4 from next saving throw. And that goes to 46 by the time I got it. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. It's
just
very
so few things in the game have good intelligence saves.
Yeah, that's one you don't see very often, and I feel like a lot of monsters would certainly be vulnerable to. Okay, so I don't. What stats are driving Cleric? Honestly, I don't honestly know.
They are wisdom focused.
Well,
but if
I'm dumping an 18,
you're dumping an 18. Let's see, what kind of armor proficiencies do the Arcana Clerics get? None?
Light and medium.
Okay. Light, medium, and shield, so you don't need more than a 14 dex. Anything above that won't count towards your armor class, wearing medium armor. If you wanted to wear light armor and do 16 dex, that would work too. Doesn't matter. And I noticed that you had, we're getting way ahead of ourselves, a magic item that gave you 21 strength, which is ridiculous for a warlock, especially a caster.
Again, that was kind of story reasons, because I felt like I had it as a dump stat.
Yeah, fair. It makes sense for a cleric, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Just
I guess
because
it probably makes more sense.
they're gonna have the AC to get up in there and do some shit if necessary.
So should I just go ahead and max out wisdom, or?
Yeah, max wisdom, but you can do that through race things, I think.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't worry about it. Don't assign
Okay.
don't assign ASIs right now. Skip that part.
That's pretty much how we're going. I mean, we got Arcane Mastery here.
Yeah,
so...
that's where we're going.
All right.
All right.
Arcane Gate has been useful, but I know others in the party have it to metagame a bit.
Clerics can learn Arcane Gate.
Yes, they can.
Just naturally, so that wouldn't be a good
okay, so
choice.
it's already in the list. All right, I
Yeah.
gotcha. Otto's Irresistible Dance. That's always a good one.
I think clerics can learn Arcane. No, why would clerics be able to learn Arcane Gate? I'm thinking of normal Gate.
I think you may just be thinking because I'm an Arcane Paladin.
Yep. That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking of normal Gate.
I mean, if an Arcane Paladin an Arcane Cleric casts it, though, is it not inherently an Arcane Gate?
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Okay, so what is the most game-changery 5th level spell a wizard can learn, right?
Is which one here?
Wait, no, it's not 5th, it's 6th. It's a shame it's not 5th, honestly.
Okay. So this is just the 6th level list.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Alright,
Okay.
what is
Disintegrate is...
That's a good one.
I imagine you remember Disintegrate.
Yeah. It's in the name. You know what? I feel like Disintegrate is probably the answer there. That's kind of my, if I was looking for power word kill, the last one, that seems like a reasonable replacement.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so...
There's a lot of good 6th level spells. But it's not... Well, not a lot. Okay, 7th. Let me pull up my list. Finger of Death is always a fun one.
I did see that there. Let's see. So 78 foot. That's actually one I had under my Mystic Arcanum. And now that I look at it, actually, because I remember the 78 plus 30. You know what? Let's keep. No, let's take a look here. Just make sure.
Teleport's always fun. Simulacrum is hilarious. Remember Thad.
Oh yeah. I feel like teleport.
Reverse gravity's fun. Prismatic spray's kind of ridiculous. Have you looked at that?
I don't believe I have. Let's see. So, multicolored rays of light flash from your hand. Each ray is a different color and has a different power and purpose. Everybody in a 60-foot cone makes a dex saving throw. Each target roll a d8, determine which color ray affected it. Just bunch 10d6 damages. That's, you know what? Sold. Yep.
I don't know, man. I like Finger of Death a lot. Prismatic Spray is fun. Crown of Stars is interesting.
let's take a look at Crown of Stars. So far, Prismatic Spray is the leader in the clubhouse for me. All right, 7 star-like motes of light appear and orbit your head until the spell ends. You can use a bonus action to send one of the motes streaking towards a creature or object 120 feet. Spell, range spell attack, 4d12 radiant damage. That's so you get 7 instances of 4d12. That's pretty cool too.
If you have 4 more motes remaining, yeah,
that's pretty dope. I tell you, just like I got a prismatic spray there. I feel like because I see a lot of potential in that.
One more. Just hear me out. Force Cage. It is
actually this one got used in our current campaign. I think it was me and V were on a side mission, and Marcus had set up basically like a speed bike race where we were trying to chase somebody down, and then V cast this, and that other bike in front of us just stopped and splattered the dude. So I'm familiar with this one, actually.
Do you know what's amazing about this spell?
Tell me.
It doesn't require concentration.
That is surprising. Also can't be dispelled by dispel magic. That's
neither does Crown of Stars. This is like one of the absolute top tier crowd control spells in the game.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which is game changing in a way. You can always take a bunch of big damage spells, but sometimes you don't always need a bunch of big damage spells.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But in your character, you take the spells you want. I just want you to see all of the options.
I'm good. That's certainly fair. I'm gonna take a look at what we got down below here, and we're gonna put it in 7.
7's a difficult decision.
Yeah. We do have anti-magic field under 8. So that seems similar to what we were talking about. 10-foot radius, invisible spear, anti-magic. Airs divorce from magical energy that suffuses the multiverse.
If you want your character to be immortal, kind of, you could take Clone.
And now we're right back to Thad.
Probably my favorite 8th level spell is Feeble Mind.
Let's take a look at that one. Alright, so blast mind of a creature you can see within range, attempting to shatter its intellect and personality. Jesus. Takes 46 psychic damage and makes an intelligence saving throw. Again, as we discussed, kind of uncommon. Failed save, intelligence and charisma become 1. Wow. Can't cast spells. You know, I like that.
They can repeat the saving throw every 30 days.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, I think that may be the thing right there. Illusory Dragon, though, that sounds interesting. I'm gonna have to take a look at this. Huge Illusory Dragon, unoccupied space. What is the duration? 1 minute, I guess, right?
Yeah. Okay, I think that, I'm going to go with Feeble Mind there, and round this out here at 9. 9 is easy, in my opinion.
I've seen, we got Wish here. I've seen Meteor Swarm in effect, and like I want to pull this up real quick because the range on this thing is ridiculous. Where is it in here?
1 mile.
Yeah, it's within a mile. Like, just what? Because I know on my level 20 paladin right now, I don't have anything beyond 120 feet. You got shit over here that's going a mile. Seriously? The obvious answer is wish, though.
Okay. Let's pretend the obvious answer isn't wish because maybe it's not. Let's just explore.
Let's take a look at this one.
Foresight is weird. I'm not sure what weird is.
Drawing on the deepest spheres of group creatures, you create illusory creatures in their minds, visible only to them. Each creature within a 30-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, a creature becomes frightened for the duration. Illusion calls on the creature's deepest
I'm not going to
spheres
spend a 9th level spell slot on that.
Yeah, for frightened and 40-10 psychic damage, basically, that ain't no wish.
No, it's not. I think Time Stop is great. Time Stop is incredible. So is True Polymorph.
I got Mass Polymorph available at 9.
Yeah. I feel like that particular campaign over levels Mass Polymorph. Prismatic Wall is something.
You come back to the prismatic. You know, I think that I am going to go Time Stop here.
Okay. Just hear me out. Okay. Before you consider that, think about what you could do here. You could take Prismatic Wall.
I'm sorry. All right, let me pull it back up here.
Okay. So it creates a dome or a wall, right?
Right.
That has these 7 layers. Scroll down. That these 7 layers, and the creature's trapped in there. The last 10 minutes doesn't require concentration. If the character goes through these walls for whatever reason, it's probably going through all of them, right? So then all of these things happen. So you could take this, and then you could go also take reverse gravity.
Yeah.
But that
See, I feel like what I would
is
do
the
here
kind
is-
of cheese that might just trivialize all combat.
See, I feel like what I would do here is maybe just do a matched pair. If I'm going to do Prismatic Wall, I feel like I would go back up here and maybe remove Force Cage and just go for Prismatic Spray as well. And kind of just have a prismatic theme going on.
Yeah, true. But you could force people to take 70 deep whatever damage plus stuff with only a 9th and 7th level spell. I don't recommend actually doing that. That's the thing where you've got a friend who wants to get in on it, so you don't have to use your own spells. Okay, that's only 50 d6 damage. You knew better than that.
Only 50 d6. 50d6.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you necessarily need prismatic spray and prismatic wall, but if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Is the Order of Jordan a colorful group?
I don't know that they are necessarily. I don't feel like that's really apropos of anything. I like both the spells. that's the main thing. I am gonna work something into the lore about Dennis Rodman, and that's how he learned the prismatic.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yep.
I think you got that figured out then.
Nailed it in one.
You certainly could have done a much worse job choosing spells there. Okay, let's check out the ability scores then.
Okay, so first.
No.
Oh yeah, I got what you meant. All right, so I got my list over here. Go ahead and do 18.
No, 18 wisdom.
18. Oh, yep. All right, we'll worry about that later. 18 wisdom.
I would say I'm a whore for Constitution.
Yeah.
I would say put the 16 in Con. Yeah. Then you can dump strength because, I mean, maybe you want to keep that item, maybe you don't, but doesn't matter.
Alright, and then we got a 13 and an 11, so maybe 11 and 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the level 20 cleric ability is the best capstone in the game. The absolute fucking best. And just think... I don't know why it's not listed there. I don't know why it's not listed there.
Because I know
you don't get it.
I saw the paladin. I don't get it. Because arcane.
Sorry. No, I think it's a buff to divine intervention. Look at that.
Okay.
No.
I was like, oh now. Do features and frames.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Divine intervention. Alright, so at 20th level, you can call for your call intervention succeeds automatically, no roll required. Jesus. Yeah, that's calling on Michael Jordan whenever I need him will be cool.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because Mara kept asking, like, a lot of this was set in a casino, which was hilarious because I could legitimately ask, "Is Michael Jordan here?"
Oh, that's amazing. All right, let's get this character finished up.
All right. Yeah. So, can just like need to.
Okay. Let's discuss feats. I recommend Resilient Constitution for all casters, unless you're a sorcerer. You don't really need it. That'll bump your Constitution up to 18. And do that. Also, I would take Warcaster as well to give you proficiency on or advantage. The thing.
Yeah, the thing that Warcaster does.
Yeah, it's so you can take Warcaster, so you can have Warcaster.
Yeah.
The only actual ASI change I would probably make is bumping Constitution up 2, and then you could have 2 more feats to mess around with. plus the one that you would get from Variant Human when you make that change. So let's discuss what's here.
Okay. Feats is a big old list.
Is there a weapon that you're looking for that you're going to be using?
There is not a weapon that I have chosen in particular at the moment. I had on here an Eldritch Staff when I was going with the whole Warlock theme. It had a bunch of charges to do some cool stuff too.
Okay.
But obviously we're changing that a little bit now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that some thought, I believe. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Okay. So
Okay. All right. No, we don't need any. Scroll down. Yeah, we don't need any weapon-related feats. You could take Fey Touched or Shadow Touched for extra spells. Fey Touch will give Misty Step plus a spell. One.
I did have
free
Misty
casting
Step.
of each. Shadow Touch would give you invisibility. Taking something like Telekinetic would give you an interesting thing to do with your bonus action, but you are a cleric and therefore will have spiritual weapon, which you could just make a basketball or a chicken logo or anything incredible, I'm sure. So you actually, you don't actually need something to do with your bonus action, now that I think about it. You do need something to do with your concentration. I don't think you should find that here. Silvery Barbs is fantastic. If you're gonna do Fey Touch, just do Silvery Barbs.
Okay. Let's just take a look at that real quick. Magic could distract triggering creature and turns its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. Interesting. Alright. And then we got one more feat down here. And you know what? I am gonna worry about that later. I'm gonna give that some thought. We've already done abilities here.
You've got 2 more feats.
Do I have 2 more feats?
Well, you've got the one from Variant Human.
Variant. That's right. I got you.
Okay. These don't matter gameplay wise, but okay, I guess they actually do, because investigation is always meta.
Right.
Survival probably makes less sense than religion, considering cleric.
Yeah, considering the cleric thing, that is true. I was going survival based on other elements of the backstory, but with him ultimately being cleric, that makes more sense.
Go to your abilities. You should probably have a 13 in intelligence, since you're dealing with the arcane instead of charisma.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, and then I'd chosen Celestial for that. Doesn't really fucking matter.
Yeah, background, I always like to do custom, because you can just do the haunted one, everything, and then take I do the 2 proficiencies and 2 languages usually. I don't care about the tools unless I'm running a bard. Why, I don't know. Or something
record, content sharing when I made it, etc.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Yeah, I think I would probably do that as well.
Also, most of my characters are religious based, and I end up or like research based, and I end up choosing Acolyte for every single background. I have a problem. Don't be me.
I could get into that.
Doesn't matter.
Quite a while. Yeah, I'll do that later. And here's the equipment that I had chosen. We have in this campaign 2 very rare and 2 rare. Obviously, I was patching some holes with my rare items here. Yeah, I already had that, but I've kind of solved that, so I don't think we...
What do you think about closing this episode here and doing a part 2 tomorrow night?
Yeah, this is...
because we've made a lot of changes, and I think you need some time to digest a couple of things.
Yeah,
and then
I'm going to give it some thought, and we can open back up maybe on the rest of my feats.
Yeah, the rest of the feats and dealing with the magic items, and then, yeah.
All right, well, yeah, this has been a D&D side quest with Clark and Logan.
Hello.
For gamers with day jobs. We'll be back with more riveting content about what is now a cleric, Mr. Kukoc. Stay tuned, folks. All right, and you can end the Craig recording. I've ended this. I am going to have to edit in here because I realized, like, I had a keybind set for switching between scenes as well. Oh, Logan's gone.
I did not mean to do that. Sometimes I just forget how to use Discord.
You go, Scrub.